everybody, welcome back to the Trove Let's Play. It has been quite some time, hasn't it? Yes. This is Eddie, and today we're going to be going over the patch notes from a couple days ago on the Monster Bash update. I have been behind because so much has happened. I moved into a new apartment and had no internet for a while. I started my summer job and I'm no longer in school. And I hit 1,000 subs on YouTube. Thank you, everybody. What an awesome thing to have happen. I was waiting for it. Oh, got some weird hangs there. I was waiting for it to happen, but then I was without internet when it actually did happen, which was a huge bummer. But we're here, we're gonna go, and we got a lot to talk about. So much has happened, but we're gonna save those stories for some other day. And today we're gonna do talk about the patch, and probably next episode we'll talk specifically about the class, and I'll give you the boomerang class right here, the new class. I'll give you my my little class guide, my version of it, and that's about it. So this, like I said, was the Monster Bash update, which is pretty cool. It does include the Boomeranger, which we have here, which we will talk about briefly, and let's get that out of the way quick. But again, I'm going to have a whole video dedicated to this little guy, this buddy, at some point, so I won't spend too much time on it. We have a class here that can take swords, like I'm having here, but also can take bows. It can wield one or the other, and that's pretty neat. His passive is that every third basic attack does big damage, and that means something a little different for when it's a sword and when it's a bow. I'll talk about that, the actual details of that, when we get there in the next video. But that is his passive. He has a boomerang, which if he catches reduces his cooldowns. He can throw it in a variety of different ways. Again, that'll be more detailed later. Then we have the big bomb, which does a lot of... Oh, it's in the wall. You can't see it. Yeah, which does a lot of block damage, as you can see. You can see some interesting things about it that we'll talk about. I'm not going to waste time right in here with them, because there's a lot to cover with this patch. And then the mysterious urn is the ultimate, which is it's another throne thing that gives you various different things that buff you or hurt the enemies or that kind of a thing. Lots of different stuff. Very cool. So, is a physical damage class, and again, that's pretty much all the detail I want to cover right now because of how much other stuff there is. So, the flasks have had a major update, which are pretty cool, if you ask me. I think it was a good change. It really lets you tailor your classes to the playstyle you want. So now we have flasks, which heal various amounts and do other little buffs and have various different capacities. So we can take a look here at the flasks. See, this is 8 flask capacity, but I have 4 extra because of mastery, and it will restore 40% of your health. We have 20% of your health, but you get to hold 18 of them. 40% of your health with a 12 capacity, so this one's just better. It's just balanced because it gives you more. Then there's 100% health on use, but you can only hold 8 of them. And then the death-defying vial, which I really want, which has 10 flask capacity, 30% health on use, but it does use it automatically when you're at low health, which is pretty cool. You don't have to drink it anymore. And so that's cool. So that's different. Before the flasks had special effects. Now we can still get those special effects, but it's different now. It's no longer through flasks. It's through something called emblems, which what those do is they modify your flasks. Oh god, my volume's a little loud right now. Bring that sucker down. Maybe we'll just bring the sound effects down. Yeah, so they modify your flask's behavior or outcome. Oh, nice. Yeah, let's do that. So, for example, you can have two. That's the other big thing. You can have two. So, there are quite a few of them. These are the emblems. Boosts your energy regeneration, boosts your health regeneration. These are restorative emblems, energetic emblems. The two that I have are the two that were corresponding to the type of flask I had in the previous update, or previous to this patch, rather. So I had the one that increased movement speed and the jumps you had. Trailblazing, which is now an emblem, as well as the Unyielding, which gives you brief invulnerability. So now that there's two slots, I can have both of these equipped, and I get both movement speed and invulnerability. So I have a really awesome escape with the flask now, which is pretty cool. But if I get more, if I get some more, you can see we have restores 10% health to all nearby allies, which I don't think that's referring to these allies. I think that's referring to other Trovians, other players, I would think. So this is good for shadow arenas and stuff. Here's one that gives you, when you press Q, it'll push away all the enemies nearby, which is cool. One to reduce cooldowns. Then there's this Shadow Strike. Summons a temporary damage-dealing ally to fight for you. This ally deals damage based on your physical damage. There was a huge bug recently where I don't know exactly the behavior of this Shadow Strike emblem, but people were saying that if you had your physical damage right, done correctly, you could get some crazy damage done with this guy. That you could have it deal, like in a single hit, like 1,000 or so damage or something like that. I don't know how that worked, but I'm pretty sure it's patched. We've seen a couple of hot fixes. Temporary heals you for a portion of your maximum health. That's cool. Sends you into battle frenzy. Increase your damage, attack speed, movement speed. That seems good. The Berserker one. That seems like something that I would want on my candy barb for sure. But now I can customize it, and everybody can customize it, which is really sweet that you can do that. So no longer, most volume still feels pretty high. The death sound when you have a lot of enemies nearby gets crazy. That's something I've been kind of wanting them to fix for a while. It's sort of like compression or something like that. Compress the audio as it gets louder to get less louder. Anyways, so that's that, and that is really neat, and that's a cool change. I had not heard any discussion of any changes to that system. It's nice how you get to hear, like, I heard about this class before it was coming out, not details, but overall that it could wield two types of weapons, and that it was gonna have a boomerang. But then you get these nice surprises where they didn't reveal, as far as I know, they didn't reveal anything about it. Oh, nope, no sushi mount. Oh, you know what? Let me put on my new caterpillar mount. How about that, huh? Yeah. Oh, wait, what? There it is. Wait. Yeah, so that's pretty neat. Another huge change to the game, in my opinion, is so cool. Well, let me see. Okay, yeah, so they have a whole new boss mechanics. All new boss mechanics. So you know how bosses used to be able to spawn bees or teleport or that kind of a thing? Well, they've changed it so that bosses can do a whole buttload of stuff, and it's all pretty cool. So, you could get one that spawns a copy of itself with lower health. You could get one that pulls you in, one that shoots lasers. That was an interesting one to experience for the first time. So this looks like... This boss has a little fire thing circling around, which looks to me like I died. Looks to me like that was probably shoot a bullet nova, maybe? Yeah, I don't know what that was. But you could also stop you from multi-jumping. That's an interesting one. You can't jump away. That would be really detrimental if you were one of those, if you had a gunslinger that you like to use a lot of jumps on. or something like that. Mushrooms, which... Oh, the mushrooms one is crazy. I hope we find someone with a mushrooms one. 'Cause that can get so hectic so fast. Have a damage shield till it gets turned on periodically. Spawn some spiders. Lots of different things. They're more intense, they're more noticeable, they affect the actual boss fight a lot more than the previous effects. A lot of really cool looking big dungeons in this biome these days, I find. Is that it, boss? No. Oh, I hear invaders. Oh well. Too late. Very cool. So that's interesting, and we'll probably observe some more of those throughout the rest of this video, those boss things. Spikes and fire traps have had their damage reduced, which I kind of like, because those were never really difficult. They were just annoying, and they would actually sometimes hurt me an actual whole lot. Let's see, this guy has a laser, I think. I think if we had taken our time to kill him, he would have eventually shot a laser at us. I'm a firing my laser. Yeah, Chaos Chest has been randomized. It's party week. Party it up with some animals, club phones, or a ladybug. There's also a rare chance to get some Stormcaller's wings. That's pretty cool. Oh, this is a spider boss. Oh, don't die, don't die. I don't know if I'm gonna... So I said I was gonna use like one Chaos Chest. How many do I have left? I have 3 left. I don't know if I'm gonna use one this week. Because I don't know if I want any of that stuff. I want the wings. I don't really care about club phones or party animals. But there is a new pack in the store that will give you the new class. I was such an idiot, guys. I was such an idiot. I have these 2 untradeable class coins that I completely forgot about, that I was going to save my qubits and spend it, but I completely forgot and I spent my qubits. I'm a fool. I am a fool. Packs. So, you can get the class. I don't know what you would get if you already had the class. You get 2 skins for the class. The Balanced Flask. Esslin Bandolier, which I think is another type of flask. The one that has a lot of little ones, I think. Let me check that. I'm going to have to start remembering the names. Yes, a lot of little ones. And you get the balanced one. Is that all you get? Yeah, that's all the flasks you get. But you also get, like, a bunch of emblems. It's been kind of tempting to get that. I think I'm going to hold, though. The thing that I would really want is the 2 skins. And maybe the flask. Maybe, like, the balanced flask wouldn't be so bad. Because it's literally just better than the flasks I have. I don't know. And I said I wanted that Berserk emblem as well. Oh, it's tempting. It's tempting. I don't know. I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for now. I'll see how long that pack lasts. Okay, so this reduces the jumps. See how now I only have the 1 jump? I'm mashing spacebar. Can't get off the ground. So that's cool. Boomerang does a stunning maneuver, by the way. It stuns them. Ooh, and it interrupts some of their attacks. Like when you get a big strike coming your way, I could just boomerang and interrupt it. Okay. Another thing. Right, I'm here. Get everything. I think I'm still at the point where I need to be checking my gear. So the max mastery is way up there now. It's 160. It's funny, it's like I feel like I've been getting a lot of mastery levels recently, and yet I'm still 100. They keep upping it faster than I can get it, and I'm still 160. I'm still 100, basically 100 away from ever getting max mastery. Let me catch up, dang it. But they don't have any rewards yet for 130 through 160, but they say that that's something they're working on and is coming real soon. I'm really curious to see what that's going to be. I feel like it's because there's so much there, they could even fit like a whole new end game mechanic in there, or profession or something. It'd be really cool. So now when you craft, this is an interesting change. I'm not sure. I'm happy with it, but I'm not sure how much it's going to affect things. when you craft and when you trade with merchants, it'll pull from your chests. So, for instance, let's do a deconstruct here. Let's do a deconstruct. That's good. And put the deconstruction right there. That's these right there. Oh, that sounded like a siren. I think that was a portal sound though. I think that was in the game. Maybe that was in real life. Oh, I think that was in the game. Yeah. So I can put all this stuff in the chest, and when I craft, as a matter of fact, yeah, that's definitely in the game. You know what? I am gonna switch some stuff up here. Let's get, yeah, put this. Oh, that's gonna. Oh no, that one went there. I thought that might go in building, but it won't. These will go in building though, which I don't have space for. These will go in there. Oh, I do have space. Why didn't that work? Did I hit the wrong button? It's probably because I need to put them in a building spot, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just gonna put everything, pumpkins, deconstruct. Let's get the deconstructors. Here, can I just do this? Yeah, just right click them over. Okay. Probably don't need the boots either. I wasn't sure if they were gonna add more boots or not. It doesn't look like they did. Yeah, we'll leave that stuff there. Oh, I got a PEM block, which is the first time I've ever got that. I considered adding it to my collection, but I'm going to save it and try to get the Infinium pen block. Yes. Okay, let's just do this. I'm doing a little organization to prove a point. Let's get all this stuff. All of this stuff. We can really do it all. We don't need anything. Anything, really anything. This is actually a better change than I thought it was. Anytime you're doing crafting, it will pull from your chests. And anytime you're doing trading, it will pull from your chest. Oh god, I'm gonna run out of space. Let's get some. Let's move the portals over and the aligning thing and the Sea of Regret, and hope we don't run out of space. I guess we don't need that staff either. We can probably deconstruct that. This was a good change. I thought there were inventory problems, but I figured it was probably more of a UI thing. But this was a great fix. Good job, Trove devs, per usual. So we're obviously gonna. The reason why I wasn't sure about this change to begin with, but actually like just now I'm realizing how awesome it is that I didn't really see the point. Because you're just going to get Flux and Glim adventuring like within seconds anyways, so why would you care? But I'm now realizing that, here, let's pull these over and that and that. Oh, come on, crafting bench. What's wrong, crafting bench? Drop it on the ground for now, I guess. And we probably won't need pumpkins anytime soon, so let's remove that. But I'm realizing now that you can put everything and you'll save a massive amount of... let's keep the origin portals here so we can actually use them if we ever need them. Same with bombs. And there, and we'll put the flux in there. Perfect, it just fits. Wow. That's probably not a coincidence. And we can pick up this. Pick it up. It's not full, is it? It is full. Okay. Put this in here. Where's the other thing? Oh, we can put our portals in there. I should just put these portals in the club world. They're lower level portals, so I didn't really bother ever. But what's that? It's a community chest? Why do I have that? Wait, oh, did it just despawn? I think it just despawned. That's okay. Yeah, look at this inventory. We'll keep the lures on us so we can still fish. Oh shoot, this stuff. I guess we'll put this in here. I might need another chest inventory spot. Or I'll just have to carry some of the stuff around with me. Guess I could have done that off camera, but you witnessed it. Yeah. But anyways, I can still use all that stuff, both for crafting, and to give you an example, I'll craft a bomb, or a set of bombs, set of 4 bombs. Look at that, it still says I have them, even though they're in my chest. That's sweet. So, no more cluttered inventory. We don't need to deconstruct for quite a long time now. And it'll be much easier to find the stuff when I get it. So obviously, I've already filled 2 inventory slots with glim and enchanted wood, and I'm about to fill some more with like flux and stuff. So obviously, those spots are going to fill up quite quickly because even one of a number, like 9,000 glim takes up the same number of inventory spots as 1 glim. So it's not going to make it night and day, but at least now it'll be like, you know, in order for me to get cupcakes, or in order for my cupcakes to take up an inventory slot, I'm going to have to visit a Candoria biome. Right? Probably. There might be another way to get them, but still. Point is, it'll fill up less slower. You'll probably have like half as many slots. So every time we deconstruct, we'll just have to move over all of our inventory things into the stacks in the chest as well. And that will be that. Neat. Okay. And that's about it. There's a couple of bug fixes and stuff, and like I said, also hot fixes that I don't think did anything too important. Whoa, that's a cool thing. Yeah, but that's really it for this episode. Like I said, I will have a video tomorrow on my thoughts on the boomeranger. Keep in mind that there's 2 different styles of play. I didn't show the bow. I was going to show it if I actually got one. I didn't get one. But there is 2 very different styles of play for this guy, and a lot of people were asking in the live streams that I've been doing every day, mostly starting with Trove. You should come check me out, twitch.tv/EdEddieEdster. It's a lot of fun. We had a great one last night. Oh man, that was so much fun. But yeah, mostly people were asking, we were kind of discussing which was better, sword or bow. And I'll give my thoughts on that in the next video. God damn, I just won a freaking sushi mount. Come on. Is that so much to ask to get a little sushi on a little roll? Come on now. Alright, that's it for me, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Trove. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a like for almost hitting 100 episodes in the series. Here we come. No stopping us now. Bye-bye.